Spider-Man fans, thanks for watching this video. My name is Chris, it's been a while since we've been able to talk about it feels like anytime there's some news about Spider-Man No Way Home, some weird thing that was coming out of your uncle's basement. Tell Ronnie Young to close that basement. It was kind of nice and refreshing to be able to talk about something that is officially released for us.
God damn.
Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, that is the second trailer that is rumored to show so much and really let us dive into what will be happening in this universe, along with a poster for this damn movie. I don't know how we're 2 months away from Spider-Man No Way Home and they have yet to reveal any sort of poster. Today, we have our first kind of poster with Empire Magazine putting Spider-Man and some villains front and center in that cover, really hinting at us at some of the Sinister Six villains that a lot of people out there are still skeptical are in the movie. So what I'm going to do here for you guys is giving you that breakdown, as well as telling you all the other details that we've been learning about Spider-Man No Way Home, even what the current runtime is. But how many of you Spider-Man fans leave your opinions down below? How do you feel about all this weird marketing surrounding Spider-Man No Way Home? It feels like this time around it was us, the fans' job, to be spreading the word for Spider-Man No Way Home with all these crazy rumors and whatnot. As well as don't be forgetting to hit that like button, subscribe if you want more great movie content headed your way. Alright, so like I was saying, this did come out of Empire Magazine, where they decided to reveal their cover art for their upcoming 28th issue of their magazine. So we don't have the full details from this magazine that a lot of things they're saying here that this magazine will include detail-wise is it says here, this month's issue of Empire takes a major world-exclusive dive into the year's most anticipated Marvel blockbuster, boasting old foes, new suits, and all kinds of comic book chaos. Inside, we talk to Tom Holland, Zendaya, and Benedict Cumberbatch, as well as director John Watts, Marvel boss Kevin Feige, and producer Amy Pascal. Outside those rumors crossing the street with the Raimi's trilogy, Return of Doc Ock, Peter Parker's partnership with Dr.
Solid defense from James.
Plus, it's
Westbrook left side.
None other. Ooh, so that should get you excited. October 28th. We might not know if the trailer's coming out or not, but we for sure know we're getting some never-before-seen Spider-Man photos. And also, Kevin Feige is finally going to be asked up front, like, yo, come on, are you crossing the streams with the Sam Raimi trilogy? What's with all these rumors? Give us an answer, man, what the heck? So October 28th is going to be a great day for Spider-Man fans. That's also kind of sad, because I think that lets us know we're probably not going to be getting a trailer that week then, if that's the big thing they want to reveal about Spider-Man No Way Home, is some new pictures and interviews with people. I think if they release a trailer, that would take away from all this promotion they're setting up, so it might be 2 or 3 weeks more until we get that trailer, guys. If it's not going to come with Eternals, which is what we are all hoping for, then it looks like it might come out with Sony's next big blockbuster, Ghostbusters Afterlife, which will be in mid-November. But enough talk about that. Let's dive into this cover art for Spider-Man No Way Home, because man, is it one view. So right here with the main cover art for Spider-Man No Way Home, we get Spider-Man in one of his new upgraded suits that I believe is being marked as the integrated suit here, and I think it still looks really beautiful. All the details that we have gathered is that this will just be the upgraded version of the Iron Spider suit. Remember, the Iron Spider suit is a nanotechnology, and it kind of camouflages together with whatever version of the Spider-Man suit that Tom Holland is wearing at that moment. So we have only seen one previous version of the Iron Spider suit, and that's usually when he wears his classic red and blue suit. But now that this Spider-Man has switched over to red and black, the Iron Spider suit will adjust to those colors and look slightly different, but this will still be the one that has the tentacles popping out and whatnot. And I guess speaking of tentacles, this Empire Magazine really goes ahead and shows off some of the villains that we will be seeing. Now you guys have to remember, us who've been keeping up with all the Spider-Man news, looking at all the leaks and plot details, we already know it's gonna be the Sinister Six. They're part of the movie, but it's just so strange that it's not officially confirmed, that it's still this little percentage of doubt in our mind, like, are they actually in the movie? Is it just Dr. Octopus and Green Goblin? Because so far, they're the only key people that they've introduced in the trailer. There are fans out there who still yell at me and say Sandman's not part of the movie, Electro's not part of the movie, because, well, electricity and sand can be created in other ways that don't include them. But here in this magazine, it seems pretty clear. Obviously, you have a Dr. Octopus tentacle right there that looks identical to the one that showed up in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy, as well as Green Goblin Bomb that we know Willem Dafoe will be playing. It's funny how iconic that Goblin Bomb is, that you're not even going to show Green Goblin in his new suit, or even confirming that Willem Dafoe is in your movie. It's just, nope, Here's your Goblin Bomb. That's all the teasing you need. We also get this great tagline in here that says, "Old foes, new suits, no rules. Marvel's Multiverse Madness begins." And then right up in the corner, we get some blue lightning from Electro. Now, that's kind of curious why they chose blue lightning right there, because everything we've been hearing about Jamie Foxx's version of Electro, it will not be blue lightning. He's said to be getting a whole different look, us assuming he's going to be yellow and green like his comic book counterpart. So I'm curious to why they chose blue right here, but maybe it's to throw us off the set. Like, this right here is exactly what I'm talking about when I say I don't think that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are going to be the center focus of the second Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. Trust me, I would love to see them there, but I'm just trying to think from a normal standpoint. Us fans already know that these villains are in the movie, but they have not shown them off. I think that is what's going to be the main... focus of the second Spider-Man No Way Home trailer is showing off all the other villains, and that's going to be enough of a wow factor to get all of us fans going, okay, I'm buying my tickets whether Tobey and Andrew are in it or not. Because like Green Goblin, for one, is not set to get the exact same suit he was wearing in the Sam Raimi trilogy. He's set to be getting an upgraded version that is purple and green. So I think, one, you confirm Willem Dafoe is one of your villains. You show his new suit. You even give him some lines of dialogue. Dafoe is one of your villains. You show his new suit. The dialogue, that's enough right there to just set the internet on fire, where you don't need Tobey and Andrew. Now multiply that times 6 with the rest of the Sinister Six villains, showing off their suits, showing off who's the actor playing them, giving them some lines of dialogue. That is what I think the second trailer is going to be about, and I just don't happen to believe all the BS about, oh, the second trailer is going to show Tobey and Andrew in the last couple of seconds, and it's going to be the money shot. Or the people who are telling me, Chris, that's why they haven't released the poster yet, because Tobey and Andrew are going to be right side by side on Spider-Man. I don't think so. I think it's going to be a poster very similar to this, with all the Sinister Six villains surrounding Tom Holland. And hey, I think that would be a groovy looking poster. But speaking of more poster-like things, there was an alternate cover for this Empire magazine that was for their subscribers. That is more of an artistic look, but gives us the hint to other villains in here, some that might surprise us. Like, for one, the one that I saw right away was a Sandman hand. I still have fans not believing me when I say Sandman is going to be a villain in this movie, because in the trailer it was very vague if the stuff that included sand was because of Sandman or just a cause and effect of Electro using his power, because whenever Electro is using his power in the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, it could be creating a sort of tornado effect, and the dirt and sand in the air was just circling around. Also, whenever Electro shot the ground and dirt went up, people thought, well, that's just because Electro hit the ground. It's not necessarily Sandman, but I think this is as clear as you can get. That is a Sandman hand with his green and black colors popping out. That should give you all the confirmation you need that Sandman is part of this movie. Another pumpkin bomb here down in the corner, and a little electricity bolt that is yellow and green, what we all figure to be the new colors for Electro. Now, one of the things that is blowing my mind before we get to the rest of this is under the second E in Empire, we have what appears to be a little fishbowl. Some people are thinking that is a clear indication to the fishbowl that Mysterio has, and that somehow he still has a big part of this movie. Now, I still am on the camp that Mysterio is dead and is not coming back to life, but Mysterio and the people who are controlling him can easily make some new holograms pop up that make it seem like Mysterio is still out there, out and about, ready to ruin Peter's life. So I think Mysterio could come back in hologram form, but Jake Gyllenhaal himself being actually alive, I don't think so. Now, other than this stuff that was revealed to us, it's also being said by Scooper Daniel Richmond, who's been the guy to tell us when all these trailers are usually hitting and being right on the money with them, so he does have reliable sources, is saying that Spider-Man No Way Home is looking to be 2 hours and 30 minutes long. That seems like a pretty decent runtime, especially for a Spider-Man movie that's supposed to encompass the reliable sources, is saying that Spider-Man No Way Home is looking to be 2 hours and 30 minutes long. That seems like a pretty decent runtime, especially for a Spider-Man movie that's supposed to encompass the multiverse, all these Sinister Six villains, and possibly the Spider People. I'm thinking it's going to be stills of all the Spider-Man No Way Home villain with a clear look at their suits. We'll have to wait and see on that, but I really want to know from you you guys. With the second trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home, if you only had two options, do you think their money shot is going to be Tobey and Andrew, or them just showing off all the Sinister Six villains in their costumes? Because that's where I'm leaning, man. I don't think they're going to show Tobey and Andrew, especially if they have a limited runtime in the movie. People might be expecting that they might be in the movie for a lot, kind of like people were upset that Abomination wasn't in Shang-Chi a lot. Let me know your guys' thoughts, but don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at 3C Films, or on TikTok at 3C Films. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.
He shoots. No good off the back of the rim.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're looking at Freddy vs. Jason, released in 2003. In our modern age of crossovers and shared universes, it's difficult to overstate how cool it is this movie got made. Sure, the Universal monsters had hung out with each other, but that was half a century prior. In 2003, dream matchups between iconic characters were still mostly relegated to comic books. This was a big-budget showdown between the Dream Demon of Springwood and the Hockey Mask Machete Man from Crystal Lake. It was an event so monumental, they held a weighing in at the Vegas Valleys a month before the premiere.
What's the matter? Just speak for yourself, Hockey Puck!
The owners of these two horror titans had been trying to make some form of Freddy vs. Jason since the late 80s. After 15 years, the movie had become the bastard child of 100 rewrites. 18 drafts were done by 12 screenwriters, some featuring a cult of so-called Fredheads, some with even weirder shit. You don't want to know. Mark Swift and Damian Shannon finally came up with a premise that didn't suck. Freddy has lost his powers because the kids of Springwood have forgotten who he is. To make them remember him, he resurrects Jason from hell and sends him on a killing spree. Then, like so many other evil masterminds, he loses control of his subject and the two go head-to-head. Freddy vs. Jason found a champion that new line in Stokely Chapman, a longtime horror fan who produced I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. But she did not produce I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer, so she cool. After meeting with dozens of directors, she hired Hong Kong-born Ronnie Yu. Yu wasn't super familiar with either series, but had just directed Bride of Chucky. He imagined Freddy vs. Jason as a pro wrestling-like event, with two larger-than-life figures going all out against each other.
I just want to make sure that there's enough blood there.
Dude succeeded in that regard, and others. Everything involving Freddy and Jason is great. They each get to shine in segments that feel tailored towards their types of terror. You have nightmarish scenes full of supernatural creepy stuff and scenes with senseless slaughter. Great! Even better is that the two of them square off multiple times, each bout better than the last. You grew up a comic book fan, which infiltrates the visual language of the film. He's an imaginative guy who could mentally storyboard his movies, and he has a lot of fun with colors. Aside from the annoying low frame rate slow motion, which I hate, I think he made a great looking film. But Yu wasn't as interested in working with his actors, a mix of Americans and Canadians, since this was filmed in Vancouver. Their parts are poorly written, and their lack of direction is clear. I don't need all these meatbags to have rich, in-depth backstories, but at least make them somewhat likable. The folks running around here are just annoying. And don't say it doesn't matter because this is a slasher. We've seen plenty of likable characters in many Friday and Nightmare films. I think these jerks are more just a product of their time. The 2000s had a nasty cynicism, and that nihilistic sarcasm bleeds through here. Allow me to counter that with something positive. Building your credit, which you can do with today's sponsor, Extra. Here's something you should know if you don't already. Establishing credit sucks. It's a stupid part of adulthood, and it shouldn't be a thing, but we're stuck with it. Sucks for us. Extra is a way to establish credit without using a credit card you might charge too much on or forget to pay off. Extra is a debit card connected to your bank, and it allows you to build credit and earn reward points. Basically, Extra spots you for purchases as long as the money's in your account. Then you auto-pay them back the next business day, and at the end of the month, the payments are added up and reported to credit bureaus, and you build credit without having to worry about going into debt. There is a monthly subscription fee to having the card, but they don't charge interest fees or do credit checks. So it's a great option for those who are just starting to build their credit, or even those who are looking to build back their credit. If that sounds good, join over 80,000 people using the Extra debit card by clicking the link in the description. One last note, this movie's got flashing and strobing lights constantly, so maybe avoid this video if that's gonna affect you. Otherwise, let's see if the ultimate match...
That's been the difference. Yeah, the bully ball.
Robert Englund, of course, the man synonymous with the character.
Notice who gets top billing.
And honestly, who wouldn't want Englund hanging around?
It's hard to get your motivation when he's being so nice all the time.
When it came to Jason, Kane Hodder seemed equally obvious to Friday fans and Sean S. Cunningham. But New Line kept Cunningham distant from the project, in part because of Jason X's failure. Hodder also suffered from association with his Friday films, which were usually regarded as pretty bad. Additionally, director Ronnie Yu said he wanted his Jason to have expressive eyes. Whereas Freddy was pure evil, the audience could get emotionally invested in Jason. So maybe Hodder's rage-filled murder machine that sometimes veered into humor didn't appeal to the director. I've heard people blame Yu, while he and others blame nameless studio execs.
The decision not to use Kane Hodder really had nothing to do with Ronnie.
But at the end of the day, I just feel bad that Hodder didn't get to be a part of this moment, especially after publicly advocating for the crossover for years.
I really wish I had been able to do it.
Instead of Hodder, Jason was played by 6'5" Canadian Ken Kirzinger, a stunt coordinator in his own right and occasionally an actor. We saw him as Palm Mutant in Wrong Turn 2. Kirzinger had played a New York cook manhandled by Jason in Takes Manhattan, where he also doubled for Hodder as Jason in 2 shots, getting hit by a car, and I think when they did the third rail bit in the subway tunnel. While I don't like this Jason Stad droopy eye, I think Kirzinger does well reinventing the character. Gone is Hodder's heavy chest breathing and moving his head before his body. This Jason would be new, and to prove it, you gave him a new droopy eye. I think Kirzinger does well reinventing the character. Gone is Hodder's heavy chest breathing and moving his head before his body. This Jason would be new, and to prove it, you gave him a new hockey mask. This one's browner, has cheek chevrons again, and is free of the Chris Higgins axe mark. Jason heads to Elm Street and the most famous house on the block, inside of which a bunch of teens are drinking, smoking, and lasciviating. Lori, who lives here, is trying to ignore this Blake bloke.
You know about feng shui?
She doesn't get help from her friend Kia, played by Kelly Rowland during Destiny's Child's 3-year hiatus. Blake was brought here by his bro Trey, the super douchey boyfriend of Lori's friend Gib.
Oh, babe. Tell you about kissing me after you smoked, huh? Babe, you make me ask you twice. Babe,
You know I don't like to be touched ever, okay?
Babe, no touching. Jason appears in the bedroom and kills Trey by stabbing him about 10 times with a machete. Impressively, Trey holds on to his beer the whole time. Good job, Trey. I spoke too soon. Babe, you know I can only sleep when I'm shaped like a bee. The kids run screaming until they find the police. The older cops recognize the Freddy Krueger house and try to keep his name under wraps. They fail and Lori overhears them, then repeats the name to herself as she falls asleep at the police station. That's basically an express pass to Nightmareville, USA. Population, a bunch of creepy kids on missing child posters, and one little girl who ain't got no eyes. Little eyeless Annie orders Lori to tell everyone about Fred Krueger, and to help her remember his name, here's a song. Yeah, I know this is like the third reunion tour for the Jump Rope Girls, but I'm getting those tickets anyway. I'll take any performance I can get. Since Freddy's in Lori's head now, he wants to try killing again. He decides to go after Blake, who graduated from the Nicolas Cage Acting Academy.
My best friend was just killed, Dad.
Blake's Alex Jones-looking dad there is played by Brent Chapman, who got killed by Michael Myers in the beginning of Halloween Resurrection. Blake drinks himself into a nap, and Freddy attacks him using Shadow Swipe. It's not very effective. I'm alright. Freddy tells the viewers that while he's still weak, Jason will have to keep killing. J-Man's already ahead of him, as Blakey wakies to find his dad decapitated on the porch. Blake grabs the head and hilariously tries to use it as a shield when Jason murders him. Now it's time for the nightmare-flavored characters of the film, as opposed to the more Friday-like group of teens all drinking and sexing. Lori's estranged ex-boyfriend Will and his buddy Mark are institutionalized at Weston, the psychiatric hospital from Nightmare 3 Dream Warriors. Will is played by Jason Ritter, whose dad John Ritter had just been directed by Ronnie Yu in Bride of Chucky. Mark is given an energetic performance by Brendan Fletcher, who was solid in the awful Leprechaun Origins. Will sees on the news that there was a murder at Lori's house, so Mark uses his butt cheeks to steal some keys and they escape. At school, Lori tells her friends about the burnt man from her dream, and Mark shows up to keep yelling about bread and turn Lori into a teary baby. He also scares, Evangeline Lilly? Girl, you've got an oceanic flight to make. With a good word of Fred circulating around, Kia has a dream about it. I didn't realize this nose picking was half practical. They made a mold of Kelly Rowland's nose and designed nose innards behind it, then filmed the bit with the glove punching out and pulling off the nose in front of green screens. They also filmed real finger knives in Rowland's nose, with the gloves worn by VFX supervisor Ariel Velasco Shaw. He and VFX producer Kevin Elam tried to incorporate practical effects whenever possible, even when it came to stuff like the face-morphing tree victim in the beginning. Sometimes they ran into issues, like with the blood drops in Lori's police station nightmare. They wanted to do those practically, but it didn't look right, not even with special prosthetics on a green screen. It doesn't look awful, considering how hard it is to fake fluids. Springwood's having a cornfield rager, where glow sticks and slow motion substitute for style. Lori, how hard are you rolling right now, girl? She's hit on by Linderman, the nerdy guy who likes her and who's always trading insults with Kia.
We don't have time for data dork right now.
You tear me down to make yourself feel better because you really hate yourself, which is kind of pathetic when you actually stop and think about it, assuming, of course, you can think. All that makeup weighing down your head.
I don't like either of them, nor the goofy bully Shaq who holds Linderman down and douses him with beer. In fact, I wouldn't mind these characters dying. Anyone know where... Oh, Jason, I was just about to call you, man. Before he can get to business, a mournful Gibbs sneaks away to cry about her dead boyfriend. Oh, hey, Gibbs, there he is, as a decapitated head. Gibbs played by Catherine Isabel, who we've seen in Bones in the Carrie miniseries. She's worked a ton in horror, most notably as Ginger in the Oh, hey, Gibbs, there he is, as a decapitated head. Gibbs played by Catherine Isabel, who we've seen in Bones in the Carrie miniseries. She's worked a ton in horror, most notably as Ginger in the Ginger Snap films. That horror pedigree doesn't stop her from falling asleep in cornfields, though. She's treated to a parade of Freddy Krueger classics. When Freddy goes for the kill, Gibbs' chest explodes in his face. She's been impaled in real life along with a would-be rapist, courtesy of Jason, who chucks the guy into the air. See ya! Aw, is there a killer who's whiny he didn't get that kill?
She's mine! Mine!
Yes, there is. Listen, Fred, you're the one who ordered a murder machine. Don't complain when it shows up working perfectly. Jason keeps the kills coming with a bad-looking head twist on this random jock dude. Damn, that looks shit. Shaq uses Everclear to light Jason on fire, which makes sense because it's high-proof. But now Shaq's got a bigger problem, since Jason continues to chase him during a bitching fire stunt. After a short chase, Jason's like, boom! Throws his blade in the air for a stab. It goes through Shaq's body, goddamn! I swear, I'm just telling you the facts of how Jason Jason killed Shaq. Now Jason's gonna fuck up everybody's night. I'll count 8 kills here, 2 more than I did before. I never noticed these 2 background bodies. They're not dressed like any of the other 6 kills, which are mostly pretty bad, by the way. You can see this guy's blood contraption underneath his shirt, and this dude goes down bleeding even though Jason clearly misses him. I've never been a fan of the Rave Massacre scene, but the more I learn about the fire stunt, the more I'm impressed. Ken Kersinger wanted to do it, but since they didn't want to risk their Jason actor, stunt performer Glenn Ennis stepped in. Ennis wore a layer of Nomex, a high-temperature resistant material, which was then slathered in fire-resistant gel. He looks like a greasy baby there. Oh, and they filled his gloves with it too? Gross. On top of the gel, an accelerant was sprayed to ignite quickly and keep the fire going. Ennis had to breathe through an apparatus in the hockey mask as he walked 75 feet fully engulfed in flames. The smoke blocked his sight, so he had to do it blind, directed by a radio in his ear. Watching what went into this stunt makes me more forgiving of these lame-ass kills. Who cares if a blood-spraying prosthetic is visible? They had a man on fire there. The important thing, they put him out.
That was the last burn scene with Glenn Ennis, ladies and gentlemen.
Silly Willy shows up and helps the other characters get away. He drops them off and tells Lori why he got locked up in the first place. One time, a few years ago, he watched through her window as Lori's dad killed her mom. Shitty dad, dude. Together, they go to Mark since he's their Freddy expert. But that sleepy little guy has dozed off on his feet and now he's dreaming about his dead brother. Great casting of these 2 as siblings. Brother Bobby looks just like him, only with yellow eyes. So help me God, yellow eyes! I'll put Bobby on the count now since we see him in his disturbing death state, murdered by Fred Krueger, but deemed a suicide. Mark gets attacked in a nightmare-style scene that ends far too quickly. We all know Freddy does great work in the bathroom. Will and Lori get there just in time to watch Mark get murdered in his sleep. Krueger sends him out with a message and a branding that kind of looks like the Fight Club soap, IMO. There's a summit of awful characters in the basement of...
Got 3 of 7 3-pointers to fall so far. And here's Ingram from the arc. Knocks down the triple. Ingram's got 5 now. Just...
Two for 8 shooting early on. Maybe that hoop will help build some momentum.
Now Adams. And the Lakers hit again from deep.
They've really built this lead on the back of their perimeter game.
Well, a lot of importance placed on outside shooting. And tonight you can see why after that kind of quarter exploding from the perimeter.
And so it's Anthony Davis making things happen for Los Angeles. Oh, what a quarter. He was absolutely on fire offensively. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. Well, the old saying is defense wins championships. But you ask LeBron, offense can be trickier.
More delicate than defense. Defense, you can make mistakes but cover for one another by just communicating and flying around at times and clean up for your mistakes. Offensive, if you're not all 5 guys at the same time and not moving and cutting, and one pass or one bad screen here or one pass there can mess up the rhythm of an offense.
And the best teams work together at both ends, Grant. But which end did you generally feel most in sync with your teammates, offense or defense?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot, BA. I'll say offense. I mean, I played in Phoenix with Steve Nash, so definitely offense at that point in my career.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. Guys, the Lakers enjoying a nice lead here.
Well, so far, they've got things rolling along nicely at the offensive end.
Yeah, couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
Alexander Walker and Ingram are on the wing. Jackson Hayes is out there with Mobamba. And it's Toscano in at the point. That's the Pelicans 5.
First team foul. Well, the kid in our last game against the Grizzlies was simply terrific. He picked up 49 points and also did a lot of damage from long. Monster production. He was focused, he was relentless, everyone is still buzzing about it, guys.
All right, Alec, thanks for the update. It'll be interesting to see if he can heat up once again tonight, Grant.
Yeah, you know he wants to do exactly this, BA. Just needs to continue to play with the same fire and energy.
And you want to see him make sure that the teammates are also involved in what they're doing, especially if he draws that much attention.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Graham's checked in. Knocks down the long J. Adams has got 6 points in the quarter.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
And there's the lob. And finished off by Hayes.
Oh, what a perfect pass to set that up.
Hey, the feed might have been pretty, but the finish, that was angry. Here's Adams. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Adams has got 20 points. A minute and a half gone in the second quarter. Outside Grant. Rebound, the Lakers.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
And here's Adams from the arc. The shot won't fall. And it's New Orleans taking it the other way. They're coming off that loss against Denver.
There obviously was a breakdown of the defensive end. They gave away too many clean looks.
Yeah, sometimes you can play good on-ball defense, but it's the help defense that makes you elite. And on that night, nobody rotating and not a lot of help.
Shot clock at 5. Shoots. And it's good. Off the back rim and in. He's got 22.
He's putting them to the test this quarter, attacking every chance he gets.
Graham, the pass to Hayes. Here's Toscano. Adams covering. Here's Toscano. 5 points in the game. Pass to Ingram from deep. Nails it from 3. Ingram's got 10.
Ingram just letting it rip right now on the offensive end.
Now Adams. Now for those joining us now, we're in the second quarter, about 3 minutes gone by. That one doesn't drop. Some solid defense from Hayes. Now here's Graham. To the middle. Here's Toscano. And a great assist by Graham as that one goes. Graham's got 3 assists tonight.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Adams. Ooh, and Adams, strong finish.
You look at what he's doing here, and it's hard to imagine him playing much better.
Graham for 3. That shot missing. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. Next up, they'll face the Timberwolves in Minnesota. That game will conclude the 3-game road trip they're currently on. Adams, shot's good.
And he's carried them this quarter, a dominant offensive stretch.
The Pelicans have gotten 5 of 7 shots to go in the second. Outside Graham. Pass to Ingram. And his 5th make of the game in 12 attempts.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
The Lakers have gotten 6 of 9 attempts to go in the second. Looking good. Pass to Adams. It's Hayes with the rebound. Hayes has got 4 rebounds now. Here's Toscano. Oh, McGee with the block. Out of bounds. Pelicans ball as New Orleans keeps possession. And now another look at that mobile 1 block defensive performance.
Oh, amazing indeed. And getting stops like that only encourages them to keep attacking on the offensive end.
Some changes for New Orleans. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Bamba. And Williamson is subbed in for Hayes. changes are off for the Lakers. Vincent, he's checked in for Carter. Davis comes in for McGee. And Adams is subbed in for Ellington.
You really get it all with Russell Westbrook. His versatility as a player is truly exceptional. That's what allows him to crank out triple-doubles one after another.
Pass to Young. Outside Ingram. Takes a 13-footer, and he hits the jumper. Ingram's got 9 points in the quarter.
And this is where that length shows off on particular plays like that. Still able to score.
And here's Adams from the arc. No good there. And it's New Orleans taking it the other way. Here's Alexander Walker. He's been a consistent contributor, averaging just over 11 a game. Shot clock at 6. Down low. Elbow shot on the way. Rebounded by the Lakers. Westbrook's got 5 rebounds tonight. Fires for 3. Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got his 5th rebound in this one. And here's Ingram outside. It's not going to go for him. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. And New Orleans shooting a low 30% from the floor. And so in the game for the Lakers, the big three for this team all out there. Westbrook the point, LeBron and AD sliding in at the forward spots. Then it's Wendell Carter, and it's Adams in at the 2. Los Angeles has got 6 out of 15 threes so far in this game. Here's James. Rebounded by New Orleans.
Probably not the shot they had in mind, but you can't fault him. He had a... clean look.
Ingram with the ball. Picked up by James. 2 open that time. They didn't look easy. Rams got 5 now.
Brandon Ingram at that size, able to survey the entire floor and make a play.
James. That one's true. And that's 9 for 12 for him now.
He's been a steady presence for them. Nice to have that kind of safety net at the offensive end.
Back to Graham. Here's Alexander Walker. Adams covering. Clock at 6. New Orleans needs to hurry. Late clock. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Carter. Second half of basketball. Just over a minute played so far.
This is why Davis is considered one of the best defenders in the league. His mere presence is good enough to alter those shots. Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
New Orleans has gone 1 for 2 from outside the arc in this third quarter. Here's Ingram. And a foul ball on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
That's his third.
A lot of times, left-handers are trickier to defend. But some say lefties tend to be less ambidextrous than right-handers.
I don't know how those guys play backwards, BA, to be honest with you. But really, it's about throughout the course of the year, there's so few lefties that you're not used to playing them. So you have to make these adjustments to guys, and it's hard to catch up. It might take a quarter or 2 before you realize this guy's a lefty.
Outside Graham. Offensive rebound. Here's Valanciunas. James with the block.
We've seen some big-time blocks from LeBron James. Add that one to his reel.
Westbrook, that's good.
Westbrook.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
The Pelicans have gotten just 1 of 5 shots to drop since halftime. Outside Ingram. James with the block. Westbrook, the pass to Adams. Now, here is James. Covered by Ingram. And here's Adams. 26 points for him. James, left side. Inside. And Carter gets it to go on the assist from James. Carter's got his 3rd basket on the night right there. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
And the dunk by Valanciunas.
He can really read the floor. Precision pass in rhythm.
For Los Angeles, they've got 5 of 6 shots to fall so far in the third. Pass to Davis. And it's good for 2. Davis has got 4 points this quarter.
Everything is dropping for them. Just a terrific third period run.
Well, with the confidence growing, that's one thing, but they seem to be getting more intense, and that's helping the quality of their play here.
Here's Williamson. Rebounded by the Lakers. Davis has got a rebound number 12 here already in the game.
Wouldn't surprise me to see him find his touch and still be a factor. Don't count them out yet.
I really don't think there's any way to slow them down. they have the defense scrambling out there.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
Williamson with it. Now Carter defending. Williamson misses.
You're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
Davis. Adams with the ball. He buries it from 3. Adams has got 29.
And he was dominant in their last outing. And the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. When speaking about LeBron James, Commissioner Adam Silver said he's certainly one of the league's hardest workers, which has as much to do with the success of his career as anything else. Also, off the court, it's incredible what he's done. He is a marvel in so many ways, but it all comes back to his focus and his dedication.
Thanks, Allie. James passes to Carter. It's James on the wing. Westbrook outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from James. James has got 8 assists in the game. All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for the Lakers?
Their activity at the defensive end has been impressive, attacking and coming away with steals.
They have not wasted any time here tonight. They've pushed it whenever they've had the opportunity, and have gotten a lot of fast break points out of it.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Graham with it. He's picked up by Westbrook. There's Alexander Walker. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Second personal foul.
And even from where we're
foul.
sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
At the line for New Orleans, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Taking 2 shots.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
And he makes a first. And the Lakers with some changes. Leonard's checked in for Davis. And it's Caruso in for Russell Westbrook. So he gets them both.
They're doing some good work at the line this half.
Los Angeles has gone 2 for 2 from deep here in the third. James.
LeBron
James throws it down.
Sometimes LeBron just likes to take it all out on the rim, that time on display.
How about that strong defensive performance for this half's mobile 1 block?
What a play. I mean, that'll have the offense thinking twice about taking shots in his presence.
Here's Toscano. He's got 7. Pass to Williamson. 6 to shoot. Launches it. James with the rebound. James has got rebound number 8 now. And it's James with the jam.
And one of the league's best rebounders, when he really wants to get the ball, LeBron James could get in there and get his hand on it.
Here's Alexander Walker. And again, no good by New Orleans. And the Lakers' shooting has been tremendous. 63% for the game and scoring with confidence.
There aren't many players that have come into the NBA as a consensus #1 pick like Zion Williamson did. Nobody was passing on this fella.
Williamson outside. Now here's Bamba. Tightly guarded. Out of bounds. It'll be Lakers ball.
Lakers ball.
And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile 1 block.
Yeah, good offense comes from great defense. This lead is only getting stronger with plays like that.
Young, he's checked in for Williamson. And the Lakers also making a switch. Vincent, he's checked in for Carter. Adams,
3
shots
points.
good. In that 2019 draft, Zion was a prize that every team in the lottery was hoping to win, Grant.
And that added a lot of excitement to that night. I mean, you've got a once-in-the-generation talent like Zion. The lottery becomes a major event. Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
He drops it from range. Adams has got 9 points now in the quarter.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Here's Alexander Walker. Adams covering. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
Nice basic one-hander there.
Hey, I think he got some extra bounce off the ground on that one. And here's Adams from the arc. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Down low. Here's Hayes. And finished off by Hayes.
He just rises up and pulls it down hard with one hand.
That's such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. And again,
LeBron James.
another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He has been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Tipped away. To the middle. Here's Young. And Young slams it in.
A bit undersized. His hops make him a legit small ball 4.
Pass to Adams. Here's Caruso. Looking for his first basket still in this one.
Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about offensive
Los
end.
Angeles
This team did something at halftime, going
That's
from
his
mild
third
mannered
personal
half-court
foul.
executing
Third
team
team
to
foul.
some heroic shooting in the
Coming to
second
the
half.
floor for
The
the
Pelicans
Lakers.
making the switch here. Lewis is checked in. Ellington, he's checked in for the Lakers. Here's Lewis. Outside Young. Hey, puts up a three. Caruso grabs the board. The Lakers shooting 64% for the game. Amazing. Adams, shot's good. Adams has got 40 points.
I mean, he is at his best when it matters most. This game is theirs as long as he can keep this up.
Here's Lewis. Bamba inside. Yeah, he banks in the lane.
Any possession that ends in a shot from that range after good player and ball movement, that's a good one.
Now here's Adams. He's got 40 now. 1:56 left in the third. Here's Bamba. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
For team foul.
Great job drawing the foul. And almost converted the shot as well.
First one falls for him. McGee, he's checked in for the Lakers. And he makes both free throws. 1:51 left in the third. Here's Adams. Rebounded by New Orleans. Hayes has got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Lewis. Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam.
With 2 hands on the rock, he powers it through.
Totally in control, protecting the ball the whole way. Now here's Adams. He's closely guarded.
And kind of par for the course here, right? Coming through with a solid offensive game to help them get this lead.
Here's Lewis. Pass to Bamba. To the inside. And stolen by Caruso. Now here's Adams. Covered by Bamba. 55 seconds left in the third quarter. And here's Adams from the arc. It's Hayes with the rebound. Hayes has got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Lewis. Pass to Young. Great D that time from McGee.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
New Orleans has gone 2 of 6 from downtown here in the second half. And again, New Orleans no good.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him.
Here's Adams. The 3-ball. It's Hayes with the rebound. Hayes has got rebound number 8 now. Here's Bamba. And down it goes. 2 points. Bamba's got... Six in the quarter.
I just think that's trouble. You're gonna let that guy shoot layups. You're asking for it.
At the end of the third quarter, a huge lead. This one may have our... And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Just a selfless decision from your 2-guard, showing his ability to get his teammates good looks.
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that...
Lakers
Think of the
substitution.
all-time great dunkers. Who's the first person that comes to mind?
I have to go with Vince Carter, probably during my time the most explosive and exciting slam dunk artist in game that I've ever seen. But if you go through history, we know the likes of Dominique Wilkins and Dr. J. There's been many high flyers and many skywalkers, and we appreciate all of them.
Mo Bamba out there with Hayes. Then there's Zion Williamson. Then it's Andre Drummond. And it's Valanciunas in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. The fader. Second chance shot. Here's Drummond. Oh, persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
And he can intimidate. He comes from the elbows. He attacks the offensive glass, and he gives you second possessions.
And here's Adams from the arc. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Valanciunas has got 5 rebounds in the game.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Lakers.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
B.A., it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And this win will give them 12 on the year thus far.
And they've had their fingerprints all over this series, winning 2 straight and looking like they have this team's number. More often than not, he'll cash it in from that area. The defense might have done just enough to bother him.
And here's Adams from the arc. And another 3 for the Lakers.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Pass to Williamson. Over Adams. That one a little long. And the Lakers with possession here. Seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Sinks it from distance.
And they came in here with some attitude, and it brought out their best play.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight. Getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
Pelicans ball. Lakers substitution.
Get the perimeter. 8 seconds left in the final quarter. Floats one up. So we see the Lakers taking the W here. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that says a lot about this squad.
They really came in looking confident and didn't let anything shake them. This is what a dominant team looks like.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Brent Barry, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching tonight's game. We'll see you next time.
I've been getting it since a toddler, I keep dollars on my head. Been a real one is my motto, handle my problems, I ain't scared. I put powder on my collar, cause she proud of what I said. I'm a leader, I got on follow in my footsteps like I'm Montana, make them shit. Black on black, new phantom in the backseat. I'm from Atlanta with these condo like the and my friend. My bro on a steaming stove. Like grits, got this vibe on a tippy toes. In a LA live, I'm staying at the lows with this Hollywood. Got a can't wait to let it pull up with it. I pull up with it. Pull up with it. Put some diamonds on her toes. Let it know that I'm real. Used to pull it. Off an inch. I had 99 problems, I just scratched off the list. Amazing winning, solved them down my neck. I've been getting it since a toddler, I keep dollars on my head. Been a real one is my motto, handle my problems, I ain't scared. I put powder on my collar, cause she proud of what I said. I'm a leader, I got on follow in my footsteps like I'm Montana, make them shit. Black on black, new phantom in the backseat. I'm from Atlanta, with these condo like the and my friend.
Bestie, I just my friend told her catch me. She so precious, might not again, she too messy, no flexing. Rose gold ornaments, drop 210, car game with no 10. Got a you the door, you can hop in front of tail.